OLIGHT just released this, the Seeker 4 Mini, and it has 2 white emitters and 1 UV emitter, and I think a lot of you could come up with some good uses for that. We're going to take an in-depth look at this and see how it does, so let's check it out. Hello everyone and welcome to Handheld Light Reviews. I'm bringing you another review, lux test, and real-world usage example of this flashlight that you see in front of you. And I think you can tell by now I'm starting to really like OLIGHT products, and I'm enjoying seeing my flashlight collection grow with them as a part of it. And they just released this, the Seeker 4 Mini. And this is the smaller version of their popular Seeker 3 Pro flashlight, but it adds an ultraviolet emitter to 2 white emitters in terms of the output. It seems pretty cool. I'm looking forward to checking it out. And like my other reviews, I'll do an unboxing, have an initial look, go over the published specs, and cover some of the features. And then I'm going to charge it up, do a lux test, and compare it to the other lights that I've tested. And then I'll show you a real-world example. So let's open up the box and take a look. I've seen other guys do this. Remove it from the bottom. That way you keep the seal intact for collectability, if that's your thing. And here's what you get. Safety warnings, user manual, the main unit itself, a lanyard, and the MCC charging cable. Let's take a closer look at the main unit. As this is an everyday carry flashlight, this thing is small enough to be carried just about anywhere. It's not even 3.5 inches long, 3.43 inches to be exact, 87 millimeters. And the head diameter, 1.18 inches or 30 millimeters. And the body diameter, just under an inch, 0.94 inches or 24 millimeters in diameter. And the weight is 3.95 ounces or 112 grams with the battery. And here's a nice size comparison to my OLIGHT Baton 3, my Baton 3 Pro, and my Baton 3 Pro Max. I've reviewed these other 3 on this channel, so check out my other videos if you want to see that review. And notice that since the Seeker 4 is of a different series, the knurling is much less aggressive and smoother. It does have some here by the head and here where the clip attaches to it, as well as some very fine knurling here on the tail cap, but the area of the body here is just a bit more ergonomic, leading to this being more of a utility light than a tactical light, which does make sense given that it has the 2 white emitters and the 1 ultraviolet emitter, which I'll get to in a bit. And OLIGHT always has some really nice finishing on their lights, and this is no exception. It has a really nice bezel here on the black one that's in blue that matches the single button control that is also metal and has a pretty good click feel to it. It also has an indicator light right in the center that has 4 colors to let you know the charge level. It'll show green at greater than 60% charge, orange between 10 and 60%, red would be between 5 and 10%, and then if it's below the 5% charge level, it will flash red when you go to use it, and this is common among OLIGHT flashlights. Overall, this is what you would expect from a small everyday carry flashlight from OLIGHT. So now let's talk about the published specifications of this. It has an aluminum alloy body, and it's available in black, like what we see here, red, and green. And the black and OD green models have both cool white and neutral white options, but the red version is cool white only. It does have this dual direction pocket clip right here that you also find on other OLIGHT flashlights, so you can carry it with the emitter down or emitter up, depending on your need. Speaking of the emitter, I don't currently have the specs on them as to the make or manufacturer, but I'm sure that some of you guys will figure it out before too long. The maximum lumen output is 1200, and the maximum throw is 120 meters or 390 feet. The maximum runtime on the lowest moon setting of 2 lumens is 12 days. And here I'm going to show you the full lighting levels chart, so if you want to pause this video and check them all out, feel free. And now let's talk about the included battery. It is a customized OLIGHT 11,000 milliamp an hour, 3.96 watt hour, 18350 rechargeable battery, and this is proprietary to OLIGHT like most of their lights. And it is charged magnetically using OLIGHT's MCC charging cable that you saw comes included. It is IP68 rated, means it can be submerged in 2 meters of water for up to 30 minutes, and has a 1.5 meter drop resistance, a 5-year warranty, and the price before any sales or coupon codes, which there are from time to time, is $79.99. Now, I encourage you to see the links in the description below because using those links helps out this channel at no additional cost or effort to you. And there is a new sale on OLIGHT's site now through June 8th, 2023. They are offering up to 40% off site-wide with some pretty good deals and bundle packages in the typical OLIGHT fashion. And here's something else that you might be interested in. OLIGHT just released a new color for the Javelot Mini in a limited edition midnight blue, which I think is awesome because it matches my OLIGHT Marauder Mini perfectly, and only 3,000 of these will be made, so stay tuned. I'm going to do a review on the Javelot Mini in the near future. And always remember that if you order anything directly from OLIGHT, to use the coupon code CLR10 at checkout, and you can get 10% off, not valid on sale items or the X9R, but that coupon code is courtesy of your friend here, me, Handheld Light Reviews. Now I'm going to charge this up, and then I'm going to show you how the controls function. Now that it's all charged up, let's see how it operates. Using the single button that I showed you right here, when it's off, press and hold to get moon, and then press and hold again to cycle through the white levels, low, medium, and high. And then double click to get turbo, triple click to get strobe, and then when it's off, press twice to get the UV light. There are no levels, there's just one with UV light. And it's that simple. It also has a timer function, and you can also lock it and unlock it. So what can you do with a UV light? Well, you've probably heard some stories, but basically paints or dyes or even minerals in some animals and, bodily fluids have fluorescence to them, and those types of things glow when a UV light like this hits them. So in real-world examples here, it's good for counterfeit detection because you can see right there on the left, you got that anti-counterfeit strip that shows up under UV light. And it also shows how dirty money can be. I don't know what that is, and I don't know if I want to know. And if you think your car is leaking motor oil, gasoline, power steering fluid, transmission fluid, brake fluids, you can put some fluorescent leak detector dye in it and then see if it's leaking using a UV flashlight like this one. And then there's insects. Some bugs like scorpions are very easily visible with a UV light. The more common use is to take it into a hotel room and see how clean it actually is, but I'm going to warn you guys. Some say that if you do that, you just end up wanting not to know at all because, yeah, you just don't want to know. Trust me on this one. And now that you got a complete overview of this little light, we're going to see how it does in my controlled environment using my lumen tube and my lux meter, and we can compare the brightness output of the different levels to the other flashlights that I've tested on this channel. We're going to start with the moon. About 6 lux. And then we're going to step it up to low. About 60 lux. Next up is medium. About 430 lux. And then high. It's getting there. We got to change the range. There we go. About 2,000 lux. And then turbo. About 4,020, 4,030 lux. Now just for fun, let's see how the UV light does. It's a different kind of light. About 3 lux, just for fun. So there you have it. Okay, now let's put the OLIGHT Seeker 4 Mini to some real-world use. This is my backyard during the day, and the trees just beyond the creek in the distance are around 50 feet away, just for reference. And now the sun is set, and as always, don't consider this actual output because my environment will definitely be different than yours, but use the data that I mentioned earlier. Let's see how this works on the turbo setting. Pretty good. It shines a good distance. It's got a lot of flood to it, quite a bit actually, which is good for a little light like this. But you can definitely see the trees 50 feet away, and of course, with it being summertime, all the bugs that are being attracted to this. And now for my favorite part, let's take this down to the creek and see what we can see with not only the white light, but the UV light as well. Walking at night, the low does pretty good. Helps you see where you're going 10, 20 feet in front of you. Not bad. So here on medium, normally I just walk right into the creek, but I'm going to stop right here. I want to show you guys something. Just take a look around here. And now I'm going to put it on the UV mode. Crawfish shows up under UV light. I never knew that. Oh, there's some more right there underneath that rock. A big spider. I don't know if you can see him right there. Big one. There, I'll zoom in a little bit. There they are. So here we are in turbo, looking down the creek. It throws pretty good. Let's look down the other way here. Not bad. For a little teeny guy, it throws pretty good. And the bugs are really coming out. Let's see what else we can see with the UV light. There's a lot more in this creek than I thought. There's tons of them, but you can never tell without the UV light. Alright, let's get back inside and see how this flashlight manages heat before I get eaten up by all the bugs out here. Using my FLIR thermal camera, this is a time lapse of how hot it gets on the turbo mode. At around the 3-minute mark, it levels off at around 102 to 103 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 or 39 degrees Celsius. And that makes sense because on the turbo mode, the output steps down 50% from 1200 to 600 at that 3-minute mark. So it does have accurate heat management. This is another cool little flashlight from OLIGHT with some good usability, especially with that bonus UV light. And I'm sure there's more uses for it, and I'd like to hear how you would use one if you had one. And as mentioned, OLIGHT's got a new site going on through June 8th. They're offering up to 40% off site-wide with some pretty good deals, bundle packages, and even freebies. You can get a free IE3 in blue, but you got to move fast. By the time I release this, there's only a couple of days left. And as I mentioned, if you order direct from OLIGHT, please use coupon code CLR10 because that'll get you 10% off, not on sale items, nor the X9R, I'm sorry to say. And please use the links in the description below because purchasing helps this channel at no additional cost to you. The support is very, very much appreciated, guys. And I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching it. It was fun for me to make, as always. And I'll be back soon with another flashlight review and lux test. So until then, please consider subscribing and let me know your thoughts about the OLIGHT Seeker 4 Mini in the comments below.